otherwise known as B Money. All right.
Yeah, B Money. That's what you wanted to hear, right?
Can I give myself my own nickname? I think that's very appropriate.
Yeah, I would love for you to say, and coming on the show, the co-host, and give your explanation of you coming on the show today.
Here's one thing I want to say, Brandon, is you can tell for two guys that don't live in the Northeast right now because we're happy. The weather's great outside. Meanwhile, there's impending doom about to plow through Michigan and Pennsylvania and New York.
Not to mention my tan is looking crazy, which we already know why my bobblehead looks more like you than me, and that's why you don't see it in the frame. This is what happens when a company makes a bobblehead for me in the winter season.
That's right.
I see that.
I do that pretty good, don't I?
Dude, you got that down, dude.
Years of practice.
Well, look, Brad, it's Friday. It's been a crazy week, and it's about to get crazier because playoff season is here. And I know you're excited today because we get to talk about, I really want to talk about the Cowboys and Packers again. It's a big game, but don't forget, Pittsburgh is going into Buffalo, and I know you are freaking excited about this. What do you got on Josh Allen? What do you think is going to happen in the matchup Steelers-Bills? Do the Steelers have a chance in this game or what?
No, they don't have a chance. And the one thing that I did want to kind of discuss with you about is we just talked about the weather. So I'm going to tell you what the weather in Buffalo is supposed to be on Sunday. So they've already started a winter storm watch. It is supposed to be in single-digit temperatures, 65 mile per hour wind gusts, and 7+ inches of snow on the field for Buffalo. For the game, yes. There was a false report yesterday that they might move the game so that they could play in cleaner conditions, but I don't want that. I want Mason Rudolph to come to Buffalo and have to plow through 7 inches of snow.
Dude, I got to tell you, when I'm so excited for this game for a lot of reasons, because the Steelers they rebound a little bit, okay, with Mason Rudolph. I don't think they're anywhere near the Buffalo Bills franchise organization right now. But I will tell you, I'm excited that they got there. The quarterback situation's been in shambles. We've been talking about them all season. And will they get another quarterback? What are they doing? If Mason Rudolph can get into the play, if they beat the Bills, I'm not saying that he's their future, but they're going to be thinking, hey, Mason Rudolph's not that bad. But the chances are very slim. I got a clip for you to see. And people watching this right now, this is a really cool clip. You got to check this out. I think it's in full actual video or sound as well. Check this out.
How he competitively wills his team to have success.
He was as good as you could be. He became the first quarterback in postseason history to throw these 4 touchdowns and no picks in back-to-back games. And he's going home. I thought he's a really good player. I was wrong.
Whatever it takes.
I have given him credit.
That's what they're hearing right now.
Everybody waiting for the father man. Everybody paying for
Allen with time, he fires to the end zone.
This year is going to be big for Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be cold. They're used to it. The Steelers are used to it. I mean, listen, Fred, it's going to be a hell of a game. And I know, obviously, you probably couldn't even hear that sound and the volume of the guys. People listening to this right now, Ken, it's whatever it takes. The whole time you're hearing that song, the guy's getting it done. He's making plays. And, you know, I got to tell you, I'm excited for it because I love playoff football. When you get to the Bills, the Steelers, you know, the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Eagles, the feeling you get coming through the tunnel, you know, the change of season, it's just, it's great. It's football season. I got to tell you, this game is going to be great.
Do you think, though, that, I mean, let's be honest, if there's 7 inches of snow on the field, that's kind of a talent neutralizer. So if you have a team like Buffalo that's just supposed to run Pittsburgh out of the building and there's 7 inches of snow, don't you think that actually makes the game more competitive, Brandon? That actually makes me a little nervous, right?
I'll tell you,
that, you know,
there's a lot more.
Because I think if let's just go to Detroit, play on the turf, and we'll beat them by 40. Right. But I'm afraid we go in there and it's going to kind of be close and it's going to be messy and it's going to be slipping and sliding. And I don't know if that's awesome for Buffalo. I mean, I still think they'll win, but I mean, I think it'll be closer because of the weather.
And that's why I played that clip, because it's whatever it takes. We're going for our Brandon Mason show and Brent Chapman Below Average White Guy sound album that we're going to be producing. Right. No, but I agree with you. It neutralizes the whole game, right? So players that are that fast are no longer that fast. If you really are one of those quick, shifty guys, the snow does not work that well. So at the end of the day, I agree. There's going to be a lot of issues with that. I think if the snow is on the field like they say, coaching is going to be very important in this game. I still have the Bills winning this game. They're used to the cold. They're used to playing in this. I'm not saying every player.
Pittsburgh.
But every player on
Pittsburgh's not used to it. They're used to it too.
They're good. The teams are good. Both of them are used to it. But let me tell you something. It's not – the players on the team are not all Pittsburgh people. They're not all Buffalo people. They're just there for the season or the last couple years. So we have to remember that. Just because they're wearing a Pittsburgh uniform or a Buffalo uniform does not mean they're not from Miami. It doesn't mean they're not from, a southern state or somewhere like that. So they've just been playing there this season maybe, which they've never been in this condition. They're getting into the condition now. Now, if you're Josh Allen, you were there for several years, or, another player that's been there on a contract for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, fine.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph is from South Carolina and went to school at Oklahoma, right? So he's not a cold weather guy.
Yeah, he's not, but it still gets cold. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I have a home in Georgia, too. It still gets cold. It doesn't snow every year. It snowed a couple times. When I was there, it snowed. We got like a foot of snow one time. It was crazy. But I'm just saying, right now, those guys that are there this season, they're going through cold times right now. They've been there for a month. It's been cold. They had some snow. But they're not, used to growing up. Like I grew up in the Northeast. You grew up in the Northeast. Playing in the cold and running around and snowmobiles and sleigh riding and all that. That's not what these guys are used to. So,
Brandon, you know what ruined me? I grew up in Buffalo and Detroit, right? So I was a cold weather guy. And then I lived in Manila for 2 years. And never 80 degrees, literally for 48 months, for 24 months, 80 degrees, right? And
listen,
Now I'm shaking and need hot cocoa and a blanket at 55. I'm done. I'm tapped out. I don't want to be anywhere cold anymore.
And then you try to man up. You're like, I'm from the North. And you go outside. You're like, oh.
Oh, dude, I get it all the time. Aren't you from Buffalo? You're the biggest cold wimp I've ever seen. I go, no, dude, I lived in the Philippines for 2 years, man, bro. I'm tapped out. My blood has changed.
Listen, give me your before I pull up the breaking news that we got on the coaching change. What do you got for Pittsburgh? News. What do you got for the Steelers matchup? I know it could snow. It might not snow. But like I just told you, it's whatever it takes. It's whatever it takes to win. It's playoff season. It's contract extension season. If you get through the playoffs and you ball out, you're going to get that extension. You're going to get that love. You're going to hit also, they had these things in the contracts, obviously, too. Bonuses. Throw for this amount of touchdowns this year. Run for this amount of touchdowns. Run for this amount of yards or catch this amount of passes. This is where you can get those bonuses. And some are in regular season. Some are in playoff football. These guys are playing for more money as well. So it gets tough, and it's whatever it takes. What do you got outcome-wise?
I got Pittsburgh with 10 points. And I've got Buffalo with definitely 3 field goals and maybe 2 or 3 touchdowns. So we'll say 23 or 30 to 10.
That's 30 to 10.
23 or 30 to 10. Let's go 23 to 10. That's what I'll say.
Here's what I'll tell you. It's playoff football. I think it's going to come off as a defensive matchup. I think Mason Rudolph has played well the last couple weeks. He did not play against Buffalo's defense with the starters. I don't think he's seen this yet. I do think that he will come out. People want Mason Rudolph to play well. The Steelers are excited. I think that he will not be able to play 4 quarters because he was not the starter all season. He's not the long-term candidate, the long-term decision. I don't think they're going to be Buffalo by any chance, but I think I agree with you. We're looking at somewhere around 34-14. I think the Buffalo Bills do have a good game this week. And I think Josh Allen had some great games, but I don't think we've seen the full potential of Josh Allen with Diggs and all those guys coming together yet. I think the Bills are going to play tough at home, and I do think that's the case. But hey, guys, thanks for watching and tuning into the Brandon Mason Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. Until next time.